Peace, everyone. We are on another episode of HHDG Media podcast. And shout out to everyone that's always tuning in right now through our Facebook group, HHDG, as well as our YouTube channel. And this is always made possible through our family, HHDG Media Inc., which is our five owners, T. Smith, Skelly Top, Rock Vader KB, the Mayor, and myself, Wiki. And as you always see, when you see my face up here, we got the website on the bottom banner, hhdgmedia.com, where you can go check out our written interviews, as well as our merchandise, upcoming events, and also the music. For tonight, we have two established returning guests who continue to push the envelope. And with the last two projects that came out, definitely elevated everything from not just the lyricism and the content, but also overall the music and making it be known how talented they really are. And we spoke about this before, the importance of promotion, and they have definitely, moved up in that caliber as well to make sure that their name is definitely getting known worldwide. And with that being said, we also got to take into account the importance of not just having the music out there, but it's how you put it out there. And they've been dropping a lot of dope visuals for each project and continuously do that. I see the reels on social media, and they had some fun with their little sample theme series as well. They also had a dope podcast, which you definitely go check that out. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. The Unadulterated Shit Show. And once again, the talent. They don't need any guest producers, DJs, any MCs on their projects. Everything they could do in-house from beginning to end on each project is come out dope. And again, the music speaks for itself. I don't really need to talk about it, to be honest with you. But the music really does speak for itself. The cuts speak for itself. The lyricism speaks for itself. The sequencing, the mixing, everything. They got it down packed. So if you're not familiar, definitely need to get familiar. The latest project, their latest project, which dropped in December, was We Shit You Not. And, starting from the first track, The Best, right out the gate, dope music right there. And the cuts laid out. And then the MCing, which again, two MCs rocking it, just came through. And every track after that is just pure head nodding, ill boom bap hip hop, straight to the grain. And this year they came with Happy Dookie. I'm sorry, not this year. Last year it was Happy Dookie, and then We Shit You Not. And with those two, again, having a dope theme, which I love how they do that with the Christmas as well, near the end of the year. Then this year was I would say, a reckoning for those that are not familiar with one of the members. Came with a whole rollout. New logo, merch, stuck to a name that many of them known about, but if you've seen his name throughout the years, you might think it's a different person, but it was still the same person. And dropped a dope album called The Contingency Plan, which dropped on February 21st. And with that project, I felt that this was him saying, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm going to do what I've had the talents all these years, and I'm just going to put everything out there and let everyone know this is me. I got the talents. You want to work with me? Listen to my music, and you know exactly what you're going to get. And that's exactly what he laid out. So aside from just speaking on his first solo album, we're also going to speak about their projects as well. So without further ado, repping Ontario, Canada, we have the Dookie brothers. I'm sorry, Dookie Bros. I know you don't like brothers. With Shylow.
It's the brothers Duke, baby. That's my brother, however you want to call it, man. However you want to say it.
And also, that's all right. And Franchise.
Like, now, should I be turning this sideways or what?
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. I was gonna say, man, it doesn't matter how you say it. Just make sure that you put the legendary.
Yo, Shy. Does this look familiar, Shy? Does this look familiar?
Oh God. Oh God. What's about that?
Yeah. Never mind. Inside joke.
Was popping.
Got you. So last time we spoke, I believe it was September of 2023.
Damn.
Yeah, that was our first interview.
It was.
And a doozy it was. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
We got to outdo ourselves, man. I mean, you're not in Aruba this time, but I mean, we could, we could step it up.
Yeah, when we did ours together, I was right behind you. So, yeah.
At least this time we're not having an internet prop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're in real time. Everything is up to date. Yeah.
Indeed.
No lags right here.
Lots going on since then.
Ian, how are you, sir?
I'm doing, still progressing. For the most part healthy. And, same with you. I know we're definitely going to talk about that because the track Borrowed Time really hit me, what you were talking about on there.
Mm. Yeah. You've been like just following you online, seeing what you've been through, and been able to make it back and get back into the gym and looking healthy and spiffy and all that. Yeah. It's always inspiring to see people that are working hard to get back to where they need to be and where they're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, and a lot of people hit me up. There's certain people that's like it's great to see what you've been doing, and people tell me that they've been inspired, so that feels great because, I wouldn't expect that, I'm just, trying to push to get above what I was before now. So to hear people say that, that feels great.
Progression, man. That's what it's about.
So now you know how it feels when we hear things like that, man. Like when I hear you mention, Borrowed Time, it's like, sometimes I forget that we made these songs, because we're on autopilot, man. Like we're just, it's like we're cranking, like we crank out stuff so much that it's like when it comes time to do videos, we don't have any of our shit memorized because like we wrote it, we recorded it, we moved on to the next thing. We're not spending time listening to the song. We're making the next song. Yeah. So we go to do videos and we're like, oh Jesus, neither of us know our lyrics. We're trying to memorize them in the car. And like, so we tend to forget that like, yeah, we made these songs with the purpose of trying to, break from what you normally hear us doing and try to shed some light on our experiences and things that we've gone through and kind of put it out there in a way that's like, well, you probably weren't expecting to hear that from us, and just the fact that song means something to you means everything. I'm sure I'm speaking for anyone. I can say it means everything to us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, health in general. I mean, look how many people in hip hop have been passing away within their 40s and maybe early 50s. Recently, it's crazy.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and in that song, like Shy touches on like a very personal thing that he's been dealing with, and I touched on, I had a best friend that was battling cancer at the time. I mentioned it on a few songs. I mentioned on I rap like, uh, friends battling cancer. I got death on my mind. And then in Borrowed Time, I mentioned it as well. And that, unfortunately, that best friend ended up passing away. Like, we recorded that song a little while ago. And yeah, so he ended up passing away. But, like it just, even listening to that song now, thinking back, like, to when things were a little peachier, right? And yeah, very personal. Like, that was like, Shy and I already always talked when we mentioned that song. Like, the whole idea was to do something a little more personal, right? And like give a little something different. And yeah, that's again, for someone to mention that it touched them a certain way is special to us. Like, that's what it was intended to do, is to show everybody like there's a different side of us. Now, not always about talking about shit and women and this and that. There's also some realness to it, right? So
absolutely. And the thing about it too is, a lot of people, when they make a sentimental song, they tend to make it very melodic and R&B-ish. When the track starts, it has a certain feel to it, but it's still, hip hop. I'd say probably within the next 15 seconds it comes in, the whole sound just comes together and it's still a hip hop track.
Yeah, we actually that's like a second version of the song too. The initial version that we had was probably a little bit more on the mellow side, a little bit more piano driven, and we felt that like the song needed a bit more of an edge, because we're very much about like giving you those kinds of we're fine with giving you those kinds of songs. But even if you look at like my solo record, right, like DNA, there was another version of that song that was way more, I would say, more mellow and kind of and it's like, if you're gonna really hit these things home with people, you've got to be mindful of the music that you're making when you make it too, right? Like, is the beat gonna keep people interested? It's not just the message, like,
right.
How do you gotta, some of this stuff is stuff people don't want to hear, right? But if you do it on a beat that's like, oh, I want to hear that beat again, well, then you're gonna hear that shit again. You know what I mean? So we're very mindful of what we're doing on the production side when we're making a lot of these songs.
Agreed. Now you made a key point right there too, of saying what's going to keep the listener, still wanting to hear not just the song but the rest of the album. And this is part of my intro, what I was talking about, how y'all really elevated more and more with the music that you've been putting out since the debut.
Thank you, man. I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah, and it was like, we didn't really, coming into it, our plan was just to have fun, and say whatever we were thinking, whatever, came to mind at the time. And then, as you start making more and more music, it gets to a point where, you don't want everything to sound the same. You want things to sound different. You want to keep progressing. You want your rhymes to be elevated. And, we got to a point, I think, where we were ready to start adding a little bit of different flavor to our music. We did the Shit Friends was like the first time we actually, like, the first song we made that was a little more personal and like a different side of us, where it wasn't all about like, the nasty, disgusting stuff. It was more about personal situations that we dealt with in our lives, right? So, and it kind of led to where Shy is with, obviously you're going to get into the solo stuff, but it kind of led to that, where it was more like, we have our fun and we do our things as the Dookie Bros, and we try to add different flavor to every project we come out with. We don't want every song to sound the same. So we may have a bunch of stuff recorded, and then when you're sequencing it, something might not fit right, whether it's a beat or whether it's a song altogether. You might need to move it out onto another project or have it sitting in a crate for a little while. But it leads to different things, and it's just like there's more to both of us than just the Dookie Bros, right? Like you know, we want to take ourselves a little more seriously and show everybody, you know, a different side of us as well. So doing that together is special, man. Like I love going in different directions with Shy because it all just it's easy, right? And it's whatever we're feeling at the time. And yeah, man, it's been fun to give things different flavors and see what we're capable of as a duo and as artists to just kind of push ourselves, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask, because when y'all were doing this, I was loving it. The whole sample theme, little skits that y'all were doing.
Adventures in beat making.
Yes. You know, tell us, like he was saying, you know, going in different directions. Tell us, you know, the vision for doing that.
A lot of that came about from just us having discussions regarding like the devil, aka content creation. It's the worst. It's the fucking worst. It's the worst. I hate those two words. You put those two fucking words together and I want to kill somebody. I hate it. 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 But it's a part of it's a part of the game, right? And like, yeah, sure, the fun part is like writing the lyrics, doing the scratches, making the beats, all that stuff, you know. But you know, when especially after you see the potential that your music has for reaching people and what it means to them, and you know, as you're releasing more projects, you're getting some momentum and things are getting bigger than you thought, then you become more serious about it than you initially thought, because we went into this just being like, let's call ourselves the Dookie Bros and rhyme about how we're the shit, and it was a good laugh, and then we went and and we did what we did, and it's, it was natural and fun, but it worked for all the people who said, like, what's up with the name and the this and the that. It worked. Like it's still working. Like people are checking for us. Like I haven't seen Eclipse play as many songs or support as much of a project as he has with I Shit You Not. Like it's for sure got to be like the most supported project on as far as like radio spins that we've done. Mm-hmm. And it's certainly one of what I would say it's one of my favorite efforts, like on the mix side and on the rhyme side of things. Like it's, but I mean, we got we got an album coming at you. Like I'm hoping this year that is the official follow-up album to our debut when shit hits the fan. So cats can get there. It is.
Yes, sir.
There it is. The official follow-up to that.
You're a real one, man.
It's coming. I'm hoping that we're able to get to make it happen. We got a lot of things happening this year, man. This guy's working on a solo record.
Nice.
He probably sitting there like,
We're working, man. We're working. We both, like, I mean, just because we haven't we've been doing our own thing, like, it's funny. As much as we've been focusing on solo stuff, we've been still communicating the same amount, if not even more. Like I've been there, watching this guy making music now for 6 months, and like he's making the best shit that I've ever heard him, write beats. Like the cuts are always on point. Like, I mean, that goes without saying, but like the beats this guy's making,
But I've said this to you a million times, dude. I wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for you. If you hadn't supported and had my back throughout this whole process, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have thought to do any of this, man. You helped give me the courage to put myself first. So like let's not ignore that. Let's not Let's acknowledge that. Like you've been a part. You're on 2 of the fucking songs on both out, like the solo album that's out now and the one that's coming out later. You know what I mean? You're a part of this whole. You're a part of the whole process, man. Every song goes through you for feedback. Like like you're my most trusted ally in this whole shit. So even though these are solo records, it's still it's still Dookie flavor, man.
Yeah, and when I hear you talking about, like, before you put this record out, and then when I hear you talking about how you got another one in the stash that's going to be releasing later this year, I'm just like, because man, oh man, like I love the contingency plan, but it's a different type of record, and I don't know, man. I'm not going to say too much about it, but
Yeah.
he's
No,
got
say what you
some
want. Say whatever you
he's
want, man.
he's
Go.
got some shit in his pocket. He's got some shit in his pocket that he's yeah. Soon enough.
What I want to know is, what was the inspiration that franchise was, putting forth to you, Shylow?
I think just at a point, the frustration of the lack of growth, because like you mentioned yourself that we had the podcast, the Unadulterated Shit Show, as well as the Adventures in Beat Making, and both of those things were birthed from our frustration with the growth and not being that great at self promotion. We're not
Suck.
we
Just
yeah
say it,
we
suck.
suck. Yeah, we suck at promoting our music. We're very good at making it, we suck at pushing it. Like, you'll see it, we'll do an EP and then fucking we'll let it do whatever it's doing, and then we're on to making the next thing, when we really should be like trying to do everything that we can. So we kind of after Happy Dookie, we put a stop to it. We said we've got to start figuring out what we have to do on the business side of things to grow this brand and to start reaching a new audience, because we're really just pushing our music to the same people all the time, and our audience isn't growing. Like, we need to reach new fans. We need to grow the fan base, because there's so many people out there that haven't heard of us and we don't know how to find them. So we thought, okay, you know what? A podcast would be a great idea for content creation, because you can take those hour-long, hour-long episodes, find little moments, clip them out, post them, so we'd have all sorts of stuff to post. And but at the end of the day, we don't give a shit about doing a podcast. So it's like, our schedules are crazy between us and Sound Marauder. Like, it was hard for us to get together to do all this stuff. It was hard to come up with ideas for what to talk about. It was hard even just putting the stuff together, having it be 4K quality with the, it's just a lot of work goes into it. And if you don't love it and it's not what you see yourself doing full time, then it's like, what are we doing here?
It's gonna be a shit show.
We're going to spend this
exactly.
much time on a fucking podcast just for the sake of content creation. And at this point, I don't even remember if that was before or after Adventures. I think it might have been, was it after?
It was after for sure. Yeah. But you just got to pick your battles, right? Like, that's part of the growth process, and just trying to navigate, like we talked about in the first interview, just trying to navigate to figure out what works and what doesn't work. Right. And yeah, the Adventures was working for a while, and it was so fun, and we had it down to a science, like just the structure, and we were knocking out 3 or 4 of those a night. But yeah, he was asking about the inspiration, my inspiration for you, Shy. I was waiting to get showered. I was like, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that's what I thought he was asking me.
Go. Yeah, no. He was asking you. Yeah, like, just, yeah. I mean, is what it is. Yeah. I mean, for me, if I'm coming from my angle, like, just being there for the whole process, like, obviously I love making music together, but just seeing the process, like his creative process, and him taking the opportunity to write about things in his that he's personally went through, because his career, he's been doing this for a long time, a lot longer than I've been doing it, right? He's been part of groups, he's been part of, like, over time so much happens, family, friends, the music business all together, and just seeing his creative process and him put songs together and projects together, and being able to give my input, or for him to, like, bounce things off of me, as well as, a few of the other homies, has been, it's been an enjoyable process, and an enjoyable experience, and actually, like, a learning process for one. But every time he sends me a new song or an idea, it just inspires me too. Right. And which is kind of how, through this whole, like, I had an idea for, if I was going to do a solo project, I had an idea for what I would want to do. and it's always sort of been there loosely, but just having a better an opportunity to sort of hone in on it, like that's sort of spawned from watching Shy and him putting his solo effort together. It's been really inspiring. So yeah, a total pleasure to be part of the process altogether, and just seeing, you know, from where it started to where it's at now. You know, it's been great to watch.
Yes, it's beautiful watching a journey like yours, and I think this is one of the things that, you know, makes me feel good about music is when you discover artists, you might discover them in their infancy, or you might discover them when they already blew up. But the fact is, if you really are into them and you start going their back catalog, it just opens up a whole new world to their music.
And
Oh
that's
yeah,
one of the
absolutely.
things about us that I love is like I never like, it's the first time having a sequel to anything. You know, almost anything that I was ever a part of before Dookie Bros was like a one-off, and that's it. There was never, you know, First Division never had a sophomore record. There was never a second Bomb Shelter record. There was, you know, it's like Dookie, when we put out our album and then we put out an EP and then another EP and then another EP and then a single and another EP and a Christmas record. And like now we got our second album ready to go, and we've got an EP using the beats from some of the beats from the Adventures in beat making. So we got a retro EP.
Nice.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, we
man.
were messing around. We said that we have, like, the plan is to release maybe not all of them, but a handful of them, you know, to use those and make a project out of it, because those were so fun, you know, to pick out different themes and then to watch Shy flip them, and then to be able to use that as inspiration to make different videos. Like we started getting creative with the Goosebumps and with the Ghostbusters, with the logo and stuff. Like we sat there, literally, we filmed like 3 or 4 of them and then started putting them together that night. And I watched Shy. Like that's the thing, is like DJ, lyricist, beat maker, but then like watching this guy do his videography thing and putting those things together on his own, like it spawned into something right there that night, right? So it's just, we had so much fun with it. We were killing ourselves laughing with the Goosebumps thing and the Ghostbusters thing, and then yeah, so we had to do something with those beats. Like it, you know, we already had ideas brewing when we were making those videos. So yeah, we already have a healthy number knocked out, and we just have to get back to it and knock out a couple more, and we got an EP to drop. So we're not going to tell you which ones are on it, but
I think, yeah,
you can probably figure it out based on, you know, the types of beats and stuff like that. If you were to listen to them, which one might not have made
whatever
the cut,
one you hear where you're like, oh, that they killed that. That's the one that those are the ones we did.
Yeah,
you'll know. You'll know it. I'm excited, man. I can't wait, because there's at least 2 or 3 on there that's like, I can't believe people haven't heard them yet, and like that, like I'm so excited for people to hear them. You Franny knows which ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's dope.
They're great. They're great. They're right up there with everything that we've ever done, and our album. Oh. I can't.
Yeah, you should. You got to feed Ian a few of the joints off of the album, because the only other one that got those was Rhett. He played, I think, like 1 or 2 joints off of the album when he did his little warm up. So yeah, we got to feed you with a couple joints, Ian, because yeah,
we got you.
Just so you can see where we're coming from.
All right, dope. Shout out to Jay in the comments. He said, Shy got a hidden concept album about Putin.
He just might.
I don't like poutine that much. So I would sooner have a hidden concept album about pizza than poutine, man. Like,
we almost had a whole concept album about the McKenzie brothers, the
Oh,
Canadian legends. Like,
but I mean, I still see us doing that though.
yeah,
I can still see that happening.
absolutely.
There's still a lot of work to do, man. But this year is filled with possibilities. Like again, like with my solo record, that about a month ago, that didn't even exist. It wasn't even a thought. I was just supposed to be releasing maxi singles from now till whenever I felt like, okay, the buzz is at a point where it makes sense to drop an album. Like just trying to, like it's same with the Dookie Bros, just trying to build that audience to a point where it makes sense to press physical product and expect that we'll be able to sell a decent amount of them. We don't have, that feverish fan base yet but we're willing to do what we got to do to get there. Just got to put in that work.
Yeah. Sorry about that. And one of the other things about putting in work is those remixes that you did, Shylow, that you put up there. What was that? That was another part of, expanding and
Which
letting
ones are
people
we
know.
talking about?
There was the one you did from the MC from Detroit.
Oh, with Claire?
Yeah.
The Martha Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like sometimes I'll hear stuff like that. And I mean, shouts to Theory Has It. He's a newer producer who's out there, and he does a lot of these really cool remixes where he'll take freestyles from like Sway or whoever, and he'll throw a beat behind it, and it just sounds so dope. And I don't know if you remember that Eminem Cypher remix that I did some years back, where I took the Shady Cypher.
Yeah.
And I chopped up the vocals and I put that on a beat. Primo lost his mind when he heard that. He's actually the one responsible for me actually finishing, because it was just meant to be an Instagram clip. So I had only done like maybe the first part of it, right? And then he was like, "Yo, you need to finish this, and then you need to like mix it, and then you need to send it to me with the instrumental and the clean version and everything, so I can blow this up, because this is the shit." So that then at that night I did the second half with the beat switch, and then I gave it to him, and then after that I went and chopped up the video and made the video for it, and that kind of like it got me in a zone for wanting to do more remix stuff. So I have some Drake remixes, some Rihanna remixes.
The one Tyler, is it Tyler, the one that you did?
The Water remix,
yeah. That one was nice.
Not a lot of people have heard that one. But I mean, there's sometimes they move, sometimes they don't, right? And it's just hard to know which ones people are going to gravitate towards, and whether or not the algorithm's going to carry it to where you want it to. So it's a lot of picking and choosing, like what we want to do, and the remix thing isn't really what I want to do. It's hard when like production isn't like the number one thing. Like MCing is my first love, right? Like everything that I learned was to support me being an MC. It was like I need beats, so I got to learn how to produce. I want scratch hooks, I need to learn how to DJ. So I was all because I wanted the chance to, like, as an MC, to be heard at the highest level. So doing remixes and stuff like that, it's fun, but it's not where my heart is at, right?
Yeah.
So you don't see me like doing it for a long stretches, because at a certain point I just got to get back. I got to get back to the pen, and then that zone takes over, and then it's like, okay, well, I got enough beats, let's make an album. And that's the mode I really love being in. It's like hearing, like me and this guy just bouncing ideas off of each other. Here, all he needs to do is send me 4 lines. It's like, I don't even need to hear the whole verse, bro. Let me hear your first 4 lines, and I'll look at it and be like, I know where this guy's going with this. And then my pen starts going, and before you know it, we're in the lab, and we're like, we could do this, we could do this. We're looking for scratch lines to put together, and Perfect. That part of the process to me is just like, it'll never get any better than that, ever. It's the ultimate high.
That's the beauty of working in person.
Absolutely. Yep.
Of course.
Yep. Now you mentioned Theory Has It. The two of you have similarities because I've been listening to him for a while. I think there was a group. It was Scribbling Idiots that he was part of. But
Right.
he's another multi-talented like you. MC, DJ, production. He does film work as well too.
Yeah, he's dope, man. He's
Yep.
dope. I looked at his website's amazing. Like everything that guy's doing, I take a lot of inspiration from what he's doing, man. So big up Theory Has It. He's dope. He's super dope. The joint that he did for Busta is like Busta's best song in like God knows how long. It's crazy.
Yep. Now, before you got into working on the contingency plan, you mentioned that you just want to do maxi singles. Due Time and Fat Finger dropped. Did you have something projected right after that before you went into the album?
Yeah, the next single was going to be Better Than You, but it was on a different beat. So I'd already done a version of it that I was pretty happy with.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd started chipping away at what I thought was going to be either the A or the B side. And then that was when the whole contingency plan thing, long story short, there were a couple guys, like I had COVID at the time when I dropped Due Time. So, the rollout didn't go the way that I had wanted it to, but, I didn't want that to hold me back from pushing forward with getting more music out there and just continuing to build the brand, get my logo out there, get some merch out there, just get things really going and get really serious about it. And then, I noticed that a couple guys that I used to work with some years ago went and put some stuff on their group project that they did not have my blessing or my permission to use. And when I confronted them about it, the answer that I got was basically that they'll continue to do whatever they want without consulting me or getting my blessing. So I was left to make a decision in that moment, because if I didn't do anything, if I didn't take action, then there were songs on the album that I had in the can that they could sabotage because they use the same beats. And a friend of mine was using one, and then there was a Dookie Bros track that actually Problem Solvers was in danger of getting sabotaged. So I came up with the idea that I would take every single beat that I gave to these guys and make an album with them before they could drop anything. Hence the contingency plan. It's like strike first.
Mm-hmm.
So initially it was going to be an instrumental record. And then just through the process of making it and through building with Franny, it wound up turning into a full album within the span of 3 weeks. I would say maybe 2.5 to 3 weeks of recording, mixing. The mixing and mastering process had to happen quick. So that probably I would say it took maybe about a month total to like write, record, produce, mix, master, scratches, the works. And like I said, it wasn't part of the plan, but the unintended solo album is my debut solo. It's not the album I intended, but that album, like if you listen to the intro on the album, you can hear me break down the science of the whole thing, right? But the album that I say at the beginning, that my solo album is finished, it's all it's almost mixed and mastering's almost done. That's the truth. That album is still coming later this year. So, and I'm not going to change. There's stuff on there where I talk about this being my debut solo LP and everything like that. I'm not changing none of that. I'm not re-recording none of that, because this is all a true story. So when people hear the album, they'll know, oh, that's the record that he's talking about on the contingency plan, the one that he was supposed to release. I'm going to release it as is. And yeah, hopefully that'll happen towards the end of the year, and hopefully this album helps kind of kickstart things, because it's definitely more than a maxi singles worth of music, you know. And there's a lot of material that we have to work with for doing videos and stuff like that. We're still trying to figure out, like, you know, because typically we'd have a video or something, right? The only thing that I had was the promo video for Your Time's Up. At that time, the Time's Up portion of the song, I don't even know if it was even fully done. But while I was editing the video, I wound up adding that part of the beat in there, and then
which is amazing.
The full, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm happy with how that turned out, man. Because that beat, that part of the beat didn't exist in its original form. It was just when I wrote the rhymes and I did the Time's Up thing, I heard the bass. I was like, yo, I feel like it's the same. It's in the same tuning range as Time's Up. Like I wonder if I like look at the original sample and I tune it just a bit, if I could get it in tune with the sample in this beat, and they worked perfectly together. And I was like, oh, now I get to do the You Lack the. So I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, like, you lack the what? You know, and then I came up with the fortitude and testicles, and then
the testicles and fortitude. Of course.
Yeah, that transition is crazy, man. Every time I listen to that song, after listening to it, I go back a few seconds just so I can hear that part where you transition to it. It's crazy,
tick,
man.
Tick, forget it. Today your time's up. With the West Side Gun, time's up. Yeah, that gets me hyped. It turned out great. It's amazing what you can do in a month. When a fire is lit, it's amazing what you do when a fire is lit under you, and
right.
You know,
and the talent that you have.
Thank you.
Yeah, this guy was sending me new joints every day, and it was funny because like we'd be going back and forth, and he'd send me like, you know, maybe a verse recorded, maybe both verses were laid down, but still needed the cuts, and then he'd send me the cuts, and then it's crazy, man, how everything comes together. Like, some days I had like 2 new joints in my inbox just sitting there waiting for me to listen to. I finally get a chance at the end of the day to listen to them. I'm like, oh my God, like that just doesn't stop. Because you imagine, you know, like you said, 2.5, 3 weeks was basically like the recording and putting the album together, and then another week for mixing and mastering. So like, think about it, you know, that's almost a joint a day that he was sending me, like every day, something new to listen to, right? So by the time he ended up putting the sequence together, like I've already memorized half the album myself. I could go and perform it on stage if I wanted to, you know. That's how well I knew it. That's what I mean by saying what I appreciate, you know, being part of the process, like the listening process, and the, you know, getting to watch him put it together. It's fun, man.
Yeah, and like his energy for my shit helps immensely. You know, when you have somebody that's that excited about what you're doing, man, it's like, oh man, I just want to do another, you know, because like every time I send him something, it's just like, yo, this shit's crazy. This shit's crazy. Yeah. It's like yeah, I want to make another, you know. It's you build everything off of a high, man. The energy is just, it's infectious, man. It's hard not to keep going. Like, I'm ready to make a whole nother album right now. Like, I'm ready. Like,
do it.
I'm ready.
There we go.
No, I mean, like, it's not like us. Like, I'm ready. Like us.
Now, before we play the video for Your Time's Up, I'm gonna put up Jay's question. He said, "Does the Dookie Bros write all their rhymes on the toilet?"
Some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them.
There's really no better place. I mean, you know, you're away from everything. It's the most peaceful process. It'd be different if I was at an office or something, that people walking in and out of the bathroom, but it's just it's a peaceful place, you know. Sometimes my legs go numb because I'm on the toilet for so long, sitting there trying to put things together. Try to get up and the legs are like linguine.
It's like you shouldn't be there that long, but like you got the phone in your hand and the ideas are flowing, and then before you know it, you're like, yo, how long have I been on the shitter for now, man?
Got a ring around your ass.
Just going numb.
A lot of ideas is sparked while you're in the bathroom.
Hey man, I have a line on a song that me, Franny, and a guest did on my next album. This is your word to biz. I might have a dump when I'm penning bars. So it's like, yo, so if anybody remembers Biz Marquee toilet stool rap, you know, he was the first dude that I remember hearing talking about like writing rhymes while taking a shit. And I'm like, yo, that's what's up. That's what it is.
Oh man, let's give the people the track. Your time's up.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Playboy, your time's up. Playboy, your time's up. Your time's up. Playboy, your time's up.
Hey yo, the rock is taking. Mahova, embrace the aura, the dopest modern day performer. I came to blow the spot and claim my quota. About to break the mold with the flow. Take a moment, drop and praise the owner. Calm remains a soldier, while y'all just play a soldier like COD. This mic that I hold is not a game controller. Haters know the steed. You made a huge mistake and stole from me. Now this the day that you gon' pay what's owed to me. I'm focused, G. Vocally, I'm due to make you notice me. So hopefully your GO MC is who you paid your dough to see. Don't try to come and talk to me like you relate to Jodeci. Y'all dudes are famous locally. My music's rated globally. A true Canadian. These cruisers ain't as cold as me. You tools can't hang with what we do. This ain't just poetry. Only a fool would aim to go with me. You might as well say you're shy. I know that we're 0-2. Let's make it 0-3.
Time's up.
And one may wonder what was in the briefcase. It's poutine.
It's the bomb. I love that. I love how that video turned out, man. It was crazy.
See,
it's like,
you listen to that now though, and it's almost like you're cheaping out because you want to hear the second half, the second verse come in. Like,
Get the album.
Yeah, exactly. Man, Ian knows.
That's what it is, man. It's yeah, we had only filmed the one verse because I don't think the second verse was even written. I don't know. The time flew by so quickly, making it that like some of it is actually a blur already. But what a whirlwind adventure, you know? Like when I think back on it, it's like, you know, it was birthed from something so negative and it turned into something so amazing. You know, that's like it's just funny. It's like it's hard to regret. It's hard to regret it. You know, it's hard to ever think like, oh man, I wish that never happened. Like, because if it never happened, then this wouldn't exist, and we wouldn't be here talking about it right now. So that, you know, and that so many things about my journey I've been able to come to terms with, for the simple fact that like if anything had gone any different, me and Franny might not be rocking together. And that's, for me, the Dookie Bros is the greatest blessing of my entire career. No matter what happens or how these solo records do or whatever, the most fun that I ever had and the best music that I ever made is with this guy. So for the rest of my life, there's nothing I could ever regret, because you change anything and we're not here, you know? So it's all, you know, it's all good with me now.
Gotcha. With the rollout that you did for the contingency plan.
It's a mouthful, right?
Like I was saying, you stuck with Shylow, the merch, the new logo.
Yeah, the merch the merch is coming. Like I'm still trying like because that wasn't even part of like that was supposed to be part of the rollout for due time, right? The first maxi single was the plan was to come out with the maxi single. There it is. Yeah,
there you go.
Right. Yeah. That's one of the problems right there is because you see the embroidery on the hat. There's an issue with being able to display the way that the hat actually looks on the website. And I've contacted the print company to try to figure it out. And they're like, yeah, there's no way to actually do it. So it's like, somehow I got to figure out a way to advertise the hats and let people know like, hey, like it may look like this in the picture, but it really looks like this. So, and again, I had COVID at the time. So like with the brain fog and everything, it's like, I'm trying to stare at a screen and figure out all this stuff. And I'm just like, I can barely think. And then I just kind of hit the button with the video on YouTube and was just like, let's just launch the video and see what happens. And I'll launch the merch page later. Like I got shirts ready to go. Eventually I'll get that up and going. But the rollout was meant to just to be the next single, more shirts, the next single. Then actually the next single was going to be Skills Don't Matter. And I had a shirt ready for that. So it was kind of going to be like if I was able to design a shirt based on the single, then there'd be like a new shirt and the new single on the website, and to kind of just keep that going to build the audience and build up to the point where people were like, okay, fuck, we've had enough singles, guys. Like, where's the album, you know? And then kind of figure things out from there, you know? But I knew that like, you know, my YouTube page has like, 250 subscribers. Dookie Bros has over 1,500 subscribers. It's like, you know, we put in a lot of work on our end of things, and I haven't put that same work in on the solo side of things. So I knew I had some building to do. I can't just drop an album and expect people to support it. I've got to do a little bit of work here. So, you know, and the whole logo thing was like, okay, you know, I need to stop with this whole Shy the Beat Yoda, Shy the Gray, Shy the this, the Shy the that, you know, because a lot of those moves are based on personal things. Like Shy the Beat Yoda was a name that I got that from Marco, you know, and then when we had our falling out, it was like, okay, you know what, Shylow the Gray, like I took that on to kind of be like, I'm embracing the old man, you know, like I got the grays, they're not going anywhere. I'm Shylow the Gray. But then I thought about branding. And it's like, you know, at the end of the day, just simplify the shit. Go back to the essence. Go back to who you were, who you are. Like just Shylow. Just keep it simple, because I can use those aliases in my rhymes anytime I want to. But for the shirt, it's like Bill came. My bro Bill from Small Dog Design came with that logo, and it's like, you know, like I had an idea for it, and he just finessed it to excellence. And, you know, it's the first time that I've ever had like a logo that I was truly proud of, and that I could put on a shirt and be like, look at this shit looks awesome. You know, I just want to plaster that thing on everything, man. It's incredible. I'm so happy. And yeah, now this album's in the mix, and we're just going to make it part of the rollout strategy for from now till whenever. Just, you know, I'm not going to spend too much time on this record. I'm just going to treat it like this is one of the maxi singles. It's just a lot of maxi singles, but you know, more new music is on the way. You know, I got to keep this thing going. Me and Franny we've got like, you know, we got the EP, we got plans for something to do with the Christmas album. You know, we want to add a few more songs to that. And get that pressed up on vinyl if we're able to. So and that'll be our first vinyl release.
That's gonna happen 100%. Like whether, you know, we start a campaign or whatever, like I you know, we're gonna make that happen for December. So that's something to look out for, our first vinyl release, because, you know, like we've been talking about it for a while. We got the CDs. But just the Christmas album is a special one because it's something every year that you're going to be able to bust out for, you know, when you get into the Christmas spirit, turn of the calendar to December, all the way to the end of the year. You can listen to it, and then you can put that record away for 11 months or don't put it away, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Peace to NJ to AK. Salute, bro.
Yeah. Peace, NJ. but that also gives us an opportunity to, to make some more music. Like we had fun creating that, and that happened very, very quickly too. So yeah, like it gives us an opportunity to,
and we don't have a video for it. That's actually one of the only that's the one project that we have no videos for.
Mm-hmm.
So
we had ideas for one, but and maybe we still will do that. But yeah, we got to knock out a few more joints and get that pressed up, and we got to get on it. So yeah, lots going on, man.
A lot. A lot, but it makes for an exciting year, man. It makes for we got a lot of music to drop. For anybody who thinks that that me going solo means anything, it don't mean shit, man. You're gonna get the solo stuff from me. You're gonna get solo stuff from Franny, and what he's been cooking up is like you have no idea what's gonna hit you, man. You have no fucking idea what's gonna hit you. It's gonna be some next shit. Like I hear the stuff that dudes writing, and I'm just like, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. I'm like, I want to make more music.
And he's just calm right now about it as you speak.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? Leave it to me to be excited because that's how you were for me when I was working on my shit, man. And I'm equally excited. I can't wait to start getting these beats cooked up for it, man.
Exactly. It's gonna be Shy and I again. Like this is a dream project for me because I get to work with him. Obviously having him produce it is going to be one thing, and with the cuts but he sees the vision as well because, like I said before, this is something I've been working on. Like I came out with the first solo song that I did with Shy that he produced was called The Beginning. And he played it on Twitch a few times on the Nightcap and the Morning Brew, and I've had that idea in my head for a couple of years now, and just trying to flush it out. Like, how do I make it work, right? So it's a conceptual album. I'm aiming for a tidy 10 songs. I got 8 songs written now, and I got a couple more to knock out. I'm just sort of trying to figure out like what I need to add to it. But yeah, having Shy on board to work with me on it, like he's just as excited as I am. I don't know, maybe even more excited because
I know it's gonna be a fucking masterpiece, man. And it's the kind it's what people need. It's the music that people need right now, man. Just the food for thought, man. Like on good, honest, like real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, I can't wait. What are you talking about? Let's make it now. I hate waiting. I'm like, let's go. Let's go.
Keep pushing it out.
We got to be patient. Got to wait. Got to let the man cook, man. Let him write. So I'm chilling. I'm not chilling. Far from chilling. Like we got a lot of work to do. Shit, man. I might even bring back the Adventures series before we go to release the new project and throw out a few new videos. You know what I mean? We could get back up and do like, like a good 4 or 5 new videos. I know we have the Jake and the Fat Man joint in the can, like ready to release.
That the video,
it's hilarious. Yo, it's hilarious.
The video is insane. Like it's gonna take for me to. All I had to do was just, be part of the video on a green screen. Like this guy's got to edit it, but once it's finished, it's legendary.
Yeah, it's so dumb and so awesome. But we might bring that back. Do some new joints and then throw out the EP. Like, there's so many things. And again, like doing a few new songs for the Christmas record. So like when you guys do hear it, it'll have some new joints and a video to accompany it. So Christmas time is going to be great. There's just a lot to look forward to this year, man. It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
That's great. And I'm going to say this because I've been doing it more recently, using the stories, the IG stories more often too, because people actually do pay attention to those.
No doubt. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we suck, man. Like we're terrible. We're the worst. We're the worst. We're trying to get better, but we're fucking awful.
I'll say this: when I reposted your post this afternoon, I think that's like the most activity that I've gotten on a story that I've posted in a long time. So it was nice to see. I like every time I check my phone, there's like 5-6 new notifications. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And it was nice to see. So you're right. Like that's just it's part of the learning process.
One of those little
right?
things, yeah. Yep.
But people do pay more attention to that, to stories. Like they'll sit there and they'll start clicking on stories and going through people's stories to see what's going on in real time in their personal lives, than to actually go through, like scroll through a feed and
Right.
watch a video for 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes, right? Which is disappointing because the time and effort that people put into creating videos and content, compared to how the attention span of some people is, like, it's disappointing, but you get it, right? That's just how social media works. So, but yeah, you're right. The stories are very important.
Yep.
Gotta utilize them a little bit more, man.
That's all it is. Yeah.
I got a good scolding from my guy Fear the other day, just about, because I'm still very much of the traditional music video mindset, and like I'm trying to get a good solid music video together for this album, because we still have yet to put out like a good full music video, and he gave me the Matumbo, like it was just like, man, you need to stop worrying about the videos and start doing more, like, to start getting content, and just, film your dog for 30 seconds and put an instrumental to it and just fucking put it up there and just stop. That's all these people out there are just throwing shit out and all, and, we had a good talk about it the other day too. It's just, we grew up like with quality drilled in our heads, and that because that's the era we came from,
right.
was striving for excellence and being the best, and now it's just like it's quantity over quality, big time, and it's hard to conform to that, but like it's really what I got to do. It's what we got to do. So
yeah, you have to force people to see you, right? You can't just post something on Monday and then wait a week and then
do something else.
Post something else. You got to be in people's ears, and people have to see you all the time. And the more they see you, the more they can't ignore you, right? That's just the way things go. Simple math, but it's just difficult to do. You want to wear so many different hats. You got to really dedicate yourself. Like that's where you're, not to go too far into it, but with the podcast, like we really had to take a step back and say, like, getting all three of us getting together to film and to record, and then for Shy to find time to edit it. It takes time, right? You got to dedicate yourself to find one or two things. Like for you, I mean, this is you, right? This is what you do, and you're very good at it, and you dedicate your time to it. And then if you find time to do, spin a little record here or there, or, find time to do other things, great. But you got to really hone in and focus on, one thing that you do exceptionally well, instead of doing, being average or a bit above average at, 3 or 4 different things. So, yeah.
Podcasts are competitive, man. So it's like, if you're not in it to win it, then just get out. It's just, if it's not for you, it's not for you. And thankfully we realized early that it wasn't our thing. It wasn't the thing that we were meant to pursue. So then came the pivot, and and now here we are. But I think doing it made us better. Because it was an experience that we needed to have to realize, like, what actually needed to be done, and we're taking the time to study and do the math and get better at this thing, man. And hopefully it's starting to show in some of the stuff that we've been doing.
That's how you do it. That's a great business and advertising mind right there. And I'm going to throw it out there because me and my youngest son, 2 days ago, I put, every once in a while on the weekend, I put the Roku channel TV on and watch some of the old series. So Saturday, I was watching a bunch of Alfred Hitchcock Presents shows on there. And then he sat down with me and he got stuck on them. He was getting all intrigued and everything. And by the end of the night, when he went to bed, he came back to me and said, "What was the name of that show?" So I'm just saying, the theme of that, you want to go mess around with that sample.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it is we when we're doing them, like it's also interactive, right? We get like we had so many, if you scroll through the comments, like we had so many people making suggestions or requests on flipping different themes, right? So yeah, like I think with the Alfred Hitchcock stuff, like a little spice of spookiness or eeriness, that's right up our alley, right? So yeah, man, tell your son, like you and your son, tell your son to pick one out, man, and send it to us and let Shy do his thing.
Throw a YouTube link in the IG, man. I'll do it up. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go. That's what it's going to come down to is getting some more suggestions and letting people throw out some more stuff. We got some ones in the can that people haven't heard yet. Oh man, I just remembered we got a couple that we haven't recorded yet. I don't want to say nothing yet, but Franny, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
It's a two-parter. It's a two-piecer, but put together. Put together, it's gonna be crazy. Oh, I'm excited, man. we got some work to do. We got some stuff. Man. We got some stuff coming up, man. It's exciting, and we'll make sure that you get the goods, man. We'll make sure of it.
I definitely appreciate that.
Of course.
And speaking of sons. How's your son Eli doing?
He's great, man. He's great. He loves music. When we're in the car now, he gets mad when the volume's down. It's like, Dad, I'm trying to hear the music. Can you turn it up, please? It's just anything, and every song is his favorite song. It'd be the first time he's ever heard it. He's like, "Oh, this song's my favorite." I'm like, "You still don't understand what favorite means, do you?" But he is literally the best. He is the best thing in the world. And everything that I do from.
He just introduced him to the Red Lobster biscuits the other day.
Oh, cheese biscuits.
Yeah. I told him I spoke with Shy when he was in the car on his way there with his wife and Eli. Said, "Oh, you're gonna get Eli hooked on the biscuits."
One bite was all it took, man. His eyes were just like, "Oh, I like this."
Yeah, this is my favorite. It's my favorite.
Yeah, this is my favorite. No, he loves those things, man. But Papa got to the leftovers when we got home, so because I like him too. Nah, he's great, man. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. He's doing great.
Definitely. And for those that haven't heard, go check out the Eli Project. Yeah,
word up. We might have to do a volume. Might have to do a volume 2. I got some things in the chamber for a volume 2. You get to hear his voice change too, because he can speak a little. He might need less dictation now and come up with less weird words like was it omelet milk? I forget some of the other stuff that he said. He was such a weirdo and said some weirdest things.
Dinosaur tops was one of them.
Yeah, dinosaur tops, because he couldn't say triceratops, so it was dinosaur tops. And I have to talk to the wife. They'll be like, "Well, okay, we got to remember all the different phrases so that we can like immortalize them on the record." And now we got to, so like the opportunity could be, we do that again and take all the new ones that he's learned and Dad turned the radio. I'll do what Dad turned the radio up.
Oh,
that's my favorite. Yeah, this one's my favorite.
You got to get him saying that on the next one.
My favorite.
Yeah. I'll go sit him here, put a mic in his hand. He always wants like, "Can I talk on the microphone again?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, one day." Papa's working now. Go upstairs. But yeah, maybe a part 2 is in the works. We'll see, man. I think our plate's pretty damn full right now, so we'll see. We got lots coming.
Definitely.
Franny solo, Dookie Bros, EP, album, second Shylow album, Christmas album. Holy crap.
Oh man, so much. And we can't leave out that Franchise was on 2 tracks, but you also have another artist on there, Skanks the Rap Martyr.
Big up my bro Skanks the
Okay.
Rap Martyr, man. Like he's awesome, man. I'm a huge Bankai fan. I'd wanted to work with him for so long. I had actually tried to get to work with him back when we did the First Division album. I wanted him on CDC, and it didn't pan out at the time. But me and him wound up connecting, and we did the EP, the 4-piece EP for his project, and he hit me with the joint in exchange, and yeah, man, like we're definitely going to be working on more stuff, man. Like we've had conversations about wanting to. He even threw it out there. He's like, "Yo, man, you got to produce a whole Bankai album." I'm like, "Are you joking me? I would do that in a heartbeat."
Yeah, man, in the second, right?
You know what are you talking about, man? But, like those guys are crazy, man. G Stats is amazing. Like there's so come on, man, and like that, I do it like that.
Yeah,
you know, to be part of that production team with like Isaiah, Kaio, Astronaut.
Yep.
I think they got Venom is part of the team now too. So you know, just to be in the mix with those guys would be crazy. So you know, who knows, man? Maybe that's something to look forward to as well. But yeah, definitely shouts to Skanks the Rap Martyr, man. One of the best, one of the absolute most slept on, and one of the best. Soy is real. Peace, yes, bro. Yes, good to see you, man. Thank you for popping in, man. Hope you're doing well.
I can't even see the chat here.
Another multi-talented artist crazy. Right here. And
he's crazy. And
if y'all shouts to P General create production, go to the Kick app and check him out. Soy
is nuts, man. Like watching his videos and just his output and how well he's done. I'm proud of that guy, man. His grind is incredible. You know, yes. Like when I saw the way that he did his beat making videos on Twitch, it made me want to bite his whole shit. Like, I'm not even lying, man. When I started putting the live from the Bap Cave thing together, I'm like, why does fucking Soy have to have the fucking cool transparent fucking thing with the like? I hate his whole aesthetic. Made me angry because it was like, why didn't I think of that? It looks so fly. It just looks so dope. Like, he really knows how to present his visual really clean and bring the viewer into the experience of like making beats. And you know, I gotta big that guy up, man. Big up, Soy. Big up, man. Keep doing your thing, bro. Crazy.
Yeah. We haven't we didn't show the visuals yet for Due Time, so
I'm not gonna stop you.
Let's get into that. And, you know, much respect, because on Shylow's website, this is a maxi single. For those that are not familiar, you know, back in the days, we had the maxi cassettes, acapella, instrumentals, clean, dirty version. Did the same thing.
Yeah, that B-side, man, that fat finger.
Fat finger.
I love that shit. I love that song. So yeah, go get that. Shylow, aka Predacon.com. Let's go.
Check the jacket on the kid in the video too. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. They say good things come to those who wait. Man, I've been waiting. I ain't waiting another goddamn second.
Fat City.
Yeah. Coming to you live from the basement. Nothing above, nothing under, do no writers adjacent. I'm one of one and you won't find a replacement. Supplying new flavors while these suckers struggle to provide you the basics. Kill the stress of what my height or my weight is. Not a physical specimen, but in the mental of a giant like Dre is. Aiming this is fire to ages. The way I drop banger after banger, it's hard to tell if I'm Shylow or Seamus. On the mic, I'm a sadist. Bars as wild as a rapist. Hard and violent like the martial artist fighting in cages. Higher the stakes, the wilder the statements. If the gray is in your area, you better dead on your prior engagements. From scribing on pages to rhyming on stages, plus the style and the cadence. Suffice it to say, yo, this guy is the greatest. Your favorite thing fit to tie up my laces. Clear as day, if you can't see it, you need to fix them eyes up with LASIK. One time for the mind, and two times for the haters. I rise and I shine, it's two times to get papers. I'm nice with the rhymes, and too nice with the fader. I climb, you decline, cause you minor, I'm major. One time for the mind, and two times for the haters. I rise and I shine, it's two times to get papers. I'm nice with the rhymes, and too nice with the fader. I climb, you decline, cause you minor, I'm major. Striving for greatness since I was in grade 6. The grays that reside on my face make me unable to hide what my age is. The game ain't the same, I barely recognize it today, and yet I'm still out here trying to chase it in spite of the changes. No conventional 9 to 5 to rely on for wages. I grind until my days become nights and my nights become day shifts. I ain't wasting no more time on a wait list. I am like a retired podiatrist. In this moment, I'm out of patience. Not every rapper that I dig is famous. I don't mind that my name's among the many cats you won't find on the A-list. But claiming that I have no place in any top 5 cause I ain't rich, y'all gon' drive the kids straight into the wildest of race fits. Every line that y'all recite is fallacious. When it comes to MC and I'm the real thing, and you know I like Richard Dreyfuss. So continue the lies and living your life full of fakeness, cause you still finna die for real if you die in the Matrix. One time for the mind, and two times for the haters. I rise and I shine, it's two times to get papers. I'm nice with the rhymes, and too nice with the fader. I climb, you decline, cause you minor, I'm major. One time for the mind, and two times for the haters. I rise and I shine, it's two times to get papers. I'm nice with the rhymes, and too nice with the fader. I climb, you decline, cause you minor, I'm major.
I gotta get mine in the here and the now. I gotta get mine in the here and the now. The here and the now. I gotta get mine in the here and the now.
Monkey.
My boy. You know how hard it is to mimic scratches like that for music videos?
You do it though. You do it. You make it look good.
Yeah, you make it look easy.
I take the time because I got guys like you always tell me, you got to do the scratches in the live in the videos. Like, fuck. Fine.
How many?
I listen line for line. Okay, what was the pattern again? Okay, it's this.
No, but seriously, Shylow, how many MC, DJ, producers do you know will do all of that in a music video and then do the scratches? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Not many, man. You definitely don't see a lot of the scratch side of things. Is definitely, out of all the things that I do, that's the one thing that I feel like is like the forgotten element. You know, you don't hear scratches done on, you know, like I come from we come from an era where like that was such an important thing, man. And it's that people will always like think just Premiere, you know, but like, man, they were doing that shit on Public Enemy records and stuff like that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like the scratch has been there for, you know, like all the early Juice Crew stuff, man. Like Marley was cutting shit up on all those hooks, man. Like Raw and like you know, the scratch has been a part of this shit since day one. And I feel like, you know, when I hear people doing stuff today and they call their shit pure hip hop and there's no scratches, I'm like, you're lying. You're lying. It's not. You're missing something, man. You're missing something. So it's always been very important to me to have that in the mix and at a very high level. You know, so I'm glad that me and that Franny has the same appreciation for it, and that we're able to incorporate it into our music the same way that I incorporated it into mine. Because it's a very important part of the picture for me. You know,
that's something that we have
to pay tribute to all the fucking guys out there, you know, who work hard at this shit and don't see the respect, man. Like, how is Revolution not a fucking household name? How is Rob Swift not a household name? You know, shouts to my man DP1 who hit me the other day, man. That dude's a beast. You know, there's so many incredible fucking D Styles, Redmatic,
Yeah.
you know, Babu, fucking, you know, the list goes on, man. Like, you know, shouts to Jazzy Jeff, but it ain't just Jazzy Jeff, man. There's a million fucking, you know, like shouts to the innovator of this shit, man. You know, but like, there's so many DJs out there that people just don't know, man. Like, Executioners, fucking, you know, Total Eclipse. I could go on, man. Like, I came up off of fucking Magic Mike and listening to fucking DJ Scratch. You know, I studied those songs, man. Like Mr. Mix from Two Live Crew. You know, there's so many incredible fucking DJ songs out there that were there, you know, that helped shape me. You know, shouts to Maestro's DJ LTD from back in the day, and there's so many. The list goes on and on.
You said that there's so many out there,
and that's scratching the surface. That's nothing. There's DJs in the competitive circuit, in the DMC world out there competing.
Very true. Yep.
You know, there's great DJs, you know, who do, you know, tutorials online that are just like, man, if it wasn't for Dirty Digits, I don't know how there's a million patterns that I do now clean that, like, watching him helped me, you know, figure out what to do. Shylow's DJ Pauly Shore or Pauly D? Who is that? Is that Crook?
DJ Pauly D. That's got to be Crook. Crook's been staying at Dolly Parton's guest house for 3 weeks now. He's just living high off the hog over there. He's
whatever, man.
Loving life.
Big up Pauly D. Yeah, buddy.
I love catching Mirko on his streams in the morning. Like, he's usually on real early because like, you know, North America versus time difference in Germany. Like, I get up at sometimes like 5:30 in the morning and I see he's on, and I'll just go on for a couple minutes just to catch him sitting down doing his thing.
Cabs are here.
Yeah, Cabs are here.
Yo, fucking watching Mirko do his scratch practice shit really fucking, like, infuriates me.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Because he does, like, dude, he doesn't miss.
So easy too.
That's like DJ Revolution. It just bugs me out.
Like, he sits in his little fucking chair and just shows you how fucking perfect his scratches are for as long as he feels like it.
Yeah.
Look, right? It's like he's late waiting for somebody to bring him a fucking sandwich or something. Like, I could do this all fucking day.
Yeah.
Somebody feed me, because I'm not gonna stop. And it's just like, why do you have to be so fucking? Why does every fucking chirp, everything have to be so
precise
goddamn
to the
clean
key every single time?
Fuck him, man. I love him, but fuck that shit. I want to be that good. I want to be that good live, because I'm a sloppy bitch when I scratch live, man. If it wasn't for me being nice with the editing software, fuck. I want to be Mirko good. I strive to be Mirko good. Shouts out to the big homie, man. All my peoples out in Germany. All our peoples out in Germany. Big up Jinx. What up? Slick Sharp. That's my guy right there.
Jinx.
I think Robert Smith is from out there too, if I remember correctly.
Oh, word?
I think so.
I'm trying to keep my eyes on the chat, but you know, Crook is distracting with his stupidness. So
shout out to Crook. Crook drove. We did a show in Ajax, Ontario, in Shy's neck of the woods, and Crook drove from Nashville, Tennessee, to DJ a show, and then drove all the way back. He literally drove to Canada, got stuck at the border. They almost tore his vehicle apart. Made the show, unpacked everything, set up, DJ'd for us, packed his shit back up, and drove all the way back to Nashville, Tennessee. Literally, like, yeah. So shout out Crook, man. Like, he's just an overall amazing guy, anyways. But that's just, yeah. I mean, it shows you the type of guy he is. He's something else.
Yeah, he can be bullshitting in the comments all he wants. He's a real one, man. He's a one of one. He's a one of one for real, man. There's not too many people out there that would do what he did and the things that he does, and I'm very appreciative of having that guy around, man. He's a good dude. We met a lot of good dudes through this Twitch shit and through this music stuff, man.
You're one of them, Ian. Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and continuing to build our relationship. You know,
Indeed, definitely,
absolutely.
That's it. Gotta let the world know, and I'm gonna do my best at that.
And I appreciate like how supportive you are of artists as well. Like you're always, you know, like buying their records or CDs or digital, like. You're and then the preparation that you put into your interviews and the knowledge and everything, like it's amazing to see, man. You're great at what you do. I really appreciate you just like watching your interviews and stuff. I caught the one the other night, just like even peeping in for like, you know, a couple minutes just to watch it. Like it's amazing to see, man. You put people on and always support. So it's amazing.
And thank you for supporting my shit, man. Fuck it. I saw that purchase come through. I saw that. So thank you for that.
Great.
Now everybody else go get it.
Yep.
Yeah, so this motherfucker can press up some vinyl. Go grab that shit.
Yeah, we working on it, man. We working on a little something over here.
A lot's cooking in that kitchen over there.
Got to get these CDs pressed up, man. We definitely got to do.
Yeah, I seen people asking for those.
Yeah, we'll make it. We're working on it, man. My art guy is he's a very in demand, very busy guy. So you know when he does come through for me, it's super appreciated because I know that he took time out of his busy schedule to make, you know, something beautiful for me. So, you know, I got to big up my homie Bill Howard.
Talking about Bill, right?
Yeah. Small Dog Design all fucking day, man. His wife Joanne is a monster with the art. Like the two of them together, it's like they're an unstoppable team, man. Anybody wants like high quality shit, you know, hit up the dynamic duo, man. Fucking Bill and Joe. Small Dog Design. Unmatched. That's my opinion. They do original shit, man. They're not trying to do all this fucking screenshot of fucking such and such in a movie and blank out their eyes on some fucking, you know, like, oh, you know what? Fuck off, man. Like, can't you guys leave anything that Griselda does alone? Like, can they not do something that's just theirs? Do you have to take everything that they do and make it into a fucking fad? Like, stop it. So yeah, if you want some original shit, some original creative shit from the mind that's not what everybody else is fucking doing, and you know, start showing some love to people who originate and do their own thing.
Agreed. So much talent out there.
A lot of it in all areas, you know. Show some fucking love to the other guys.
Yep. With that being said, the track Problem Solvers.
Woo. I love that shit.
That's I don't know. Do you want to explain how it came together, Shy? Or
yeah, that was actually supposed to be a track with Bobby J from Rockaway and Little Vic. So we actually have a version of that song with all four of us on it, but it was like you got four guys on a really slow beat, all of us doing 16 bar verses, and there being no hook or anything like that. So we kind of just discussed that, like, okay, well, there will be another. We'll do something else. Maybe we were itching to do something. And that was just something that Vic had lying around that was unfinished. And he was like, okay, well, why don't we chip away on this? And it was cool. But they decided they went with the version of the track that they put out. And then we were left with our verses. So I was like, okay, you know what? Like, let me cook up something. And then and then it fit perfectly on the beat that we used, and then came up with the hook together, and yeah, monster, love it. Don't know if I've ever rapped on a beat that slow before, but whew.
That was just one of the kind of stragglers that we had sitting around that we didn't really know what to do with, and it was over a beat in the batch of beats that Shy was talking about, that he ended up using for the contingency plan. So we already had that song recorded over one of those beats anyways. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of an easy decision to just include it on the album. But yeah, that was a fun one, man. Like from the way it morphed from, the song that we had with Bobby J and Lil Vic into that. Yeah, it became something, like that's the way it's been for, a few of our songs. It's just morphed into something else. Like you talked about Borrowed Time, like we were saying with the beat, changing a couple times, and it morphs into something else. Like it always, obviously, like the content's going to be the same because, our lyrics are our lyrics, but you take a different beat and drop it over it, or, you take your vocals and drop it over a different beat, and it becomes it breeds a whole new life into it. So yeah,
it gave it a whole new energy. And then once you throw the scratches in there, like, yeah, it just with the K solo joint, and then everything just kind of came together. And we got a track with those two guys on my next record that makes up for this one.
Oh, yeah, it makes up for it big time. That's funny because if you listen to Bobby J's verse, the song's called Onassis, and the way he starts off his verse is, or I think he ends his verse with "I'm on fire." So that's how I start my verse on Problem Solvers, because I was trying to transition into his verse. It was supposed to be like a back to back to back to back song, right? No hook, just straight spitting. 64 bars. So yeah, that's a little tidbit about that song is, it was more of a lead in, but yeah, the one that Shy's got on his next project with those guys is, it makes up for it tenfold for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. Certainly more up tempo, but it's definitely it's the back to back no hook thing, but she moves at a brisk pace, and go check out that joint, Bobby J and Lil Vic, Onassis, because that song on our computer is a version that includes us, and the verses are the verses from Problem Solvers. So imagine the Problem Solvers verses mixed in with their shit. Mm-hmm. You could always, if you want, you can Serato stems everything and make your own version.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah,
it'd be it'd be interesting to do. It would be interesting to do a version of Problem Solvers and put their vocals just to hear what they would sound like on that shit. I'm gonna do that just for fun.
Yeah, there's your next remix, Ian.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and get an opportunity to work with those two guys on two separate songs, and then because like you said, we don't really, everything is in house. We don't really go outside of our circle and start working with artists. So obviously it's Shy that's connecting with these guys, that has a connection with them. So anybody that I've had a chance to work with, Superstition, shout out Superstition, any artist, like any artist that I've had an opportunity to work with is through Shy. And other than that, like on the solo project with Skanks, we're not doing anything with anybody unless it's tip top, right? So yeah, but it's been nice to connect with these guys. Like just me personally being able to, like I've met Primo through this guy. Like we were backstage with him at a show in Toronto, like just chopping it up with DJ Premier. Like I've met so many people through this guy. I sat at a dinner table and had dinner with Master Ace and Marco and Shy and our homie Fruition, like sitting there with Master Ace, like, talking about you know, we like this type of seafood, but not that type of seafood. And, you know, it's crazy, man. So like, yeah, getting to work with different artists with this guy, like it's been a super pleasure, you know. I can't wait for people to hear that song with Bobby J and Lil Thick.
Yeah, big up both of those guys, man. Monster lyricists, and fucking and Vic is a super talented producer. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I have nothing but love and respect for both of those guys, man. I'm honored that they fuck with us, and you know, and that we were able to do. You know, I hope we get to do more, man. I'm just excited for, you know, I still got crazy hunger to do so much music. You know, the fire is lit. I just want to go, man. I just want to go.
Yeah, I remember buying the first 12-inch vinyl from Lil Vic, the one that Premier produced, The Exorcist. Yeah.
Ooh, come on, what a song. What a song. Yeah, that shit's crazy. But he's one of those guys where it's like, you know, he's been so consistent. Like, if you like, one of my favorite songs from the last few years is a song that the two of those guys did called Duck Sauce.
Oh.
So if you get the chance, if anybody hasn't had the chance to peep that shit, I played that shit on Twitch constantly because it's just a nasty bar fest on a dirty ass beat. It was just like, God, what a song, man. And they don't stop, man. They don't stop.
Yeah. And the back-to-back stuff, right? Going back and forth. I love hearing that, man. The fusion between two guys, like, yeah, those guys are super talented, and especially getting them on the same joint together. I have that song show up in my like my Spotify playlist. I don't have it on, but once it starts going into the random joints after I finish an album or something, that comes on all the time.
Such a crazy song.
I played the
man.
shit out of that song, yeah.
And songs like that just get me fired up to like to just bar out, man. Like when you hear somebody do, you know, like lyrical shit like that, that's like entertaining. You know what I mean? Because some dudes who do the super wordplay syllable shit can kind of get lost in like in overdoing it with the vocabulary and forget to spice it up with a little bit of humor to keep it interesting, right? Because you don't want to like beat people over the head with the skill, you know what I mean? You need to keep it at least somewhat relatable and entertaining so that you don't lose them. And those are guys who have the absolute perfect balance, you know, in the way that they deliver, and just their choice of production and just the humor, like just some of the stuff that they say is just like, yo, that's great. And I love that shit, man. There's not enough guys who know how to balance all the elements and present a package like that. Like so that song to me is like, it's like a bar. It's like a modern day. It's like, they're setting the bar for how to do up tempo, high quality, like excellent lyricism with great delivery, great cadence, like the works, just a total package MCs, man. Like, you know, that are cut from the cloth of the MCs that we grew up like idolizing and making us want to do some shit, you know, like, yeah. So to be able to rock with them is like, that's the dream, you know. You just want to work with the best, and those guys are the best. So it's awesome.
Now, being that you said that and you mentioned them already, one of my timeless artists is Master Ace. So the question I posed to the two of you, who is a MC that you consider timeless?
You already know what I'm gonna say.
Nas
is my guy. Like since day one, you know, I'll always go back to listening to it. Honestly, like the resurgence in him with, you know, releasing the 6 albums with Hit Boy kind of just like solidified it for me, because he's, you know, if you're a Nas fan, you've had a love-hate relationship with him and the projects that he's put out, you know, his beat selection. Really, like if the beat isn't there, it's hard to listen to it. And then you hear like Ninth Wonder flip something, or you hear Yeah, and it becomes a whole new thing. But yeah, Nas is always going to be my go-to. I can listen to Illmatic, I can listen to It Was Written, I can listen to Stillmatic, Godson, and then right up to his most recent releases. I find myself going back and forth between King's Disease 1, 2, 3, Magic, the Magic series, and he's just the longevity and he's still making amazing music right now. Like he's till this day he's still making amazing music, and the guy's in his 50s. So I mean, when's he gonna slow down? That's my guy. And I have a long list of them. Black Thought's always like, I mean, I could listen to old Root stuff. I can listen to his solo stuff. Yeah. But Nas, to me, like Jay knows, Shy knows, Nas is my guy.
Fear finally decided to show up in the chat.
Hi, Fear.
Big dummy. Shy's pick will definitely be Motion Man. Oh my god. he for whatever reason, because this one single, he'll never stop talking about Motion Man. And I'm like, why, like, leave it alone, man. Like, this poor guy, like, it's just, he's running his name into the ground, and it's like, you know what? It's just, he doesn't deserve this. Like, leave Motion Man alone. Poor, like, I'm gonna give him a hug because I feel like you might have traumatized him. I feel like the amount of shit talk that's come from him over the years. Poor Motion Man. Like, he's probably just devastated. Who's this guy that keeps running my name into the ground?
One ruthless bastard, that Fear.
I don't know. Timeless MC is tough, man, because there's not too many guys from that era that are still doing shit today at the absolute highest caliber. But if I was to pick someone, and this is probably gonna be unexpected, I would have to say Method Man.
Good pick.
Yeah, that is.
I would have to say Method Man. It is unbelievable how good he sounds today. Like, it's nonsensical how good his pen is and how effortless it's just, like, sure, not all the songs are the greatest, but he is always awesome. So it's amazing. It's amazing, and yeah. I would have to. I don't know. I would have to say Method Man, because, like, think about, like, somebody who's still doing shit today. Like, there's a few guys that are all right, but, like, are they at the highest level? Like Meth can hang on a track with Conway. There's not too many people who can do that. You know what I mean? You put Meth on a track with Ransom, like, you can hang with him. Like, there's not too many people that can do that. So, like, if you're putting a dude like from the early 90s on a track with beasts of today, and they're hanging, you got to give it up, man.
Yeah, and it's almost dangerous to have him as a feature on your song, because there's a good possibility that he's going to outrhyme you and he's going to make that his song.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Other time, like, that's the thing with when I say Nas, I have a personal love for his style, right? Where I've sort of, like, fell in love with, like, storytelling and the way he puts things together in that respect. But when it comes to just consistency, and, like, you do not want to reach out to this guy and ask him for a feature, that's why I say Black Thought, because still to this day, any time he hops on a song, he absolutely murders it. Timeless also, like, Brock Marcy is another guy who's kind of, like, set the benchmark for that type of music, right? So it's, I think Rock Marcy, like, down the line, right now he's considered to be, a modern day, like, one of the greats, right? But I think in 20 years, 30 years time, when you listen to his music and how much he impacted the style, and yeah, I think he's a guy that is definitely going to go down as like one of the all-time greats, just based on he's consistent every project he puts out, and also like he's doing his own production. He's he does it, man. So that's another guy to me. Like I just wanted to slip him in there.
I'm changing my answer. I've got a guy who's like I've got a guy who's been around longer than all of them, and I would say he's probably better than all of them. Pharaoh Monch.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's another guy.
From Organized Confusion debuting in like 91 with Fudge Pudge up until he's doing external affairs now, and like you know what it's gonna be. It's just gonna be insanity, right? Like on the mic, he can't lose.
What I love about him is just as soon as you hear his voice and his style, you know exactly who it is. There's no confusion there.
Yeah, it'll come down. Very nicely done. Nicely done. It'll come down to the beats for sure, but I mean, yeah, I would say Pharaoh is like the guy. He just doesn't stop.
Got to reach out to Shylow for a little bit of that scarecrow. Yeah.
I still can't believe that shit was on Colbert Show.
Crazy.
Fucking COVID, man. Can you imagine if it was like on the for real, like, like, or for NPR, if it was like actually doing a real tiny desk? But still, man, getting to be on a Pharaoh album, on the same album with Knots.
Yeah,
it's probably the closest I'll get to rocking on some Knots. Actually, no, I did fucking scratches on a Knots track for Plastic for his project. I did the intro for the album, and it was the Knots beat. So yeah, I actually got to scratch on a Knots beat. So yeah,
it is.
That's the closest. Maybe one day he'll hear my shit and he'll be like, okay, you know what? I'll let him rap on something.
Give you that pity beat.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'll take a pity Knots beat. Are you kidding?
Hell yeah.
I won't give him no pity bars though.
Absolutely not.
You just can't.
It'll get ugly. It'll get ugly. Yeah. Pharaoh Monch. Yeah, that's my final answer.
Final answer.
With Method Man is a close second.
So I gave you 3. He gave you 2.
So I gotta do a third.
No. I was just about to say we carried on a little too long with our answers. So now we want to go a little deeper.
Damn. Yeah, no, okay, I'll leave it.
All right. Cool. One of my favorite tracks, and it was the first single from We Shit You Not. Best. Amazing track. This is one of those tracks captivate you. It grabs you in as soon as the beat comes in. You know how back in the day we had certain songs from whether it be a Boot Camp Click track, a Tribe Called Quest track, when you hear those first few seconds, you got that vibe. You already know that you're gonna be into it. This is what the best did for me.
That's dope.
Amazing.
That's dope.
Yeah, that was all Shy, like thinking about, what's a single going to be here? What are we going to film a video for? That was all Shy, because I had different ideas. We just sort of ran with that. Like it became very apparent after thinking about it, listening to it, that was going to be the one. And then we just went out one night and knocked out the video. Went to Shy's favorite shawarma spot in Scarborough, Ontario. Hop, skip, and jump away from my place. And it was a snowy night. Went in, asked them if they would mind if we filmed a video in there, and they reached out to the owner, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no problem. You guys can do whatever you need to do. Just give us a little shout out, and he let us do our thing. Yeah, it was fun. I mean,
Figured it was worth a shot since I'm there often enough. You know,
Yeah.
they know me when I step in the spot. You know, so
yeah,
like
they have
when
it. They have the bell plays a different tune when Shy walks through the door. Now it plays the best when he walks through the door. You know,
you goddamn
the best.
right.
There's the best customer right there.
But yeah, no, that beat, it was funny because it was when we did Rocket Science, and that didn't perform as well as we had hoped because we put a lot of effort into that video, and we thought, we haven't done a freestyle joint yet, so let's we saw Al Scratch doing his thing with the Beats That Collected Dust, instrumental, and we saw Common do one. It's like, okay, let's do one of those, man. Let's get something out there. And then we did the video, and it didn't do the numbers that we were expecting. So I was initially going to use that beat to do a Rocket Science remix. And actually, I had put it together. With, I think we even swapped out some of the scratches too to make it a little bit different. But then I wanted to rap. I wanted to write to that beat so bad, and I was like, nah, fuck this, man. Like, this is depriving me of the opportunity to write fresh shit. So let's just do a whole new song. And then it came together pretty quickly. And when it was done, it was just like, come on, man, this is undeniable. As soon as the beat hits, it's like, oh, you're in for it.
Yep.
And you need all of the science is like, anything that you post, you need to have it be impactful right from the beginning. It's like, yo, we don't even need to cut from the intro to get impact right from the beginning. This shit don't, like, it kicks in and just keeps going, like, I love that song.
Yeah, and the cuts at the top too really help give it that vibe, right?
Yes.
Like the beat alone sets the tone, but then when you throw those cuts at the top,
shouts to the Rascals, man. Shouts to Red One. Yeah, I love that song, man. I love that whole EP, bro. Like, I love that whole shit. Is the real shit, is that on there? We put out a lot of stuff, so I get mixed up sometimes.
I don't think that's on that one.
Is that from Happy Dookie here?
Yeah.
Right, here's the real shit. Oh my god, I love that song.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta refresh the memory, man. I gotta. Oh yeah, wait. Was it not Speechless? Oh man, we got so many songs.
Bro, I've been listening to your projects so much that I can't even remember what is on what.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the track listing right now, and it's like I'm blacking out. I do not remember what other songs were on that song. I love that EP, but like I can't remember because we're moving, man. We got more. Like I can think more about like what's coming up for our second album. Like, all right, we gotta do a video for that song and that song and that song. I can already see it.
Yeah, we gotta
feed
Ian with a few songs off of the second album.
Absolutely.
Get some feedback.
But just the payback for all the support that you've given us, man. Just our way of saying thank you. Just hit you with some exclusive goodness. Ain't nothing. I got you.
Definitely appreciate it.
Of course, man.
Now, before we go, I don't want to keep you too much longer. Again, thank you for the music. Shylow's new album is out right now. The Contingency Plan.
Right now.
What can I say? Go to his website, support, and it's also on DSPs. But again, go to the website first.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, the version on my website is actually a better version because I had some more time. Like you have to upload the album so that it hits all the DSPs. That's why you might have noticed that like for the first couple of days, it wasn't available on Apple Music because you have to. They recommend that you upload the album a week before your release date, and I kind of cut it a little bit too close and released it maybe like 3 days beforehand. So Apple needed a little bit more time for processing, so it was a little late on that end. But I had a little bit more time to listen to the record and hear some imperfections that I wanted cleaned up. So the mix on Better Than You is better on the website version of the album. So if you purchase it, you're getting the better sounding version of that song. As well, I made some lyrical changes to Daily Affirmations. There were a few little things here and there that I was like, you know what, I want to fix these. So there are some tweaks to that song that are different from the streaming version. So yeah, and there might be some other things too, because again, I had a little bit of extra time before it needed to be uploaded to my website, you know, because it's instantaneous as soon as I hit the button, right? So I kept working on it to the last minute to make sure that for whoever purchases it gets the best quality version of the album. So just know that when you buy it, you're getting the best version of the record.
And it's a great record, man. Go support that. Like this guy, I know personally how much time and effort he put into making that record, and it's dope. It's not something that you're gonna hear. He's doing everything. He's doing the cuts.
Everything.
The rhymes are him. The beats are him. It's not a common occurrence for an artist to release a project in that manner, and it's got a lot of, like, if you're just a fan of Shy, like, it's got his, you know, personal trials and tribulations as an MC and as a person throughout his whole career. So yeah, man, it's a labor of love. Go cop that shit, or that at least go and listen to it if you can't, you know, if you don't have the financial means to buy it, you know, at least go stream it and listen to it, man. And yeah, it's worth the listen.
I want to get one of like a promo Jeep and have Franny hanging out the roof with a megaphone and saying all that shit. You know, because like, could I have asked for like a better promo speech than that? That's all I need, man.
I'll gladly do it. Get Fear to come and swing by and pick us up right now. Fear can come pick us up. I'll hang out the sunroof and
let's do it in the winter. Yeah, and it's minus 12.
Doesn't matter. That's warm. Minus 12 ain't shit. Talk to me when it's minus 30 outside.
Yes, I keep forgetting to somebody who works every day in a hockey rink.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I got my side business. I did. That's why I don't know. We won't get into it anyways. But yeah, I'm
plug it one time so that people can buy the hats, bro.
What these hats?
No, yours, man. You got merch for the biz.
I've been sold out of those. I
See?
I already promoted those.
There we go.
Yeah.
It is.
Got to get some more made up, but yeah.
Yeah, and we got, you know, lock in the website too, man, because I got merch coming, man. I got some pretty dope t-shirts. I got a Fuck the Algorithm shirt. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, you saw what the one t-shirt looks like in the video, but
yep.
Yeah,
I'm rocking the champion crew neck under the polo jacket, and then yeah, I got the fucking, I don't know where my
quality
dad
too. It's quality. You got champion stuff on there. Like, it's not no run of the mill stuff. Like, it's quality product. You know, you're gonna be able to toss it in the laundry and wash it and take it out, and you know, shit ain't gonna be cracking, or the neck's not gonna be stretched out. Same with the hats. Like, the hats, very happy with these. Like it's got the green underbrim. Like, this is straight 90s shit, man. The snapback. I love this shit. I'm not a hat guy. I got a small bean too. So this is only my second time wearing this hat. It fits me like a glove. So yeah, quality product.
Looks just right, bro.
No Mickey Mouse stuff.
It is.
Yeah, we're gonna get some stuff pop. We got the Dookie Bros website will be up soon too, so we're working on that. And
Very nice.
yeah, nonstop. It's a big year for both of us. So we ain't going nowhere. You just started seeing the shit. So imagine what comes next. Imagine what comes next.
Quality over quantity.
That's right.
There it is. Franchising Shylow, Dookie Bros. Once again, thank you. Thank you for the music. Thank you for speaking with me tonight. And for anyone that is new to them, please go listen to their music. You won't be disappointed.
There it is. Yo, Ian, thank you, man. Thank you for having us on again. Yeah, it's always a pleasure chopping it up with you, and I'm always paying attention to what you have going on too, like your other interviews, and always tapping in. And yeah, man, it's a pleasure. You're a great guy, and thank you to everybody else that tapped in tonight too. I'm having a problem seeing the chat, but I'll probably go back.
Peace to everybody in the chat except for Fear and Crook.
Crook's not here anymore. He's nestled up with Dolly somewhere in her guest house.
To get the gas face.
Yeah.
Gas face. Peace to AK. Thank you to everybody for tuning in and hanging out with the brothers Duke.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Stay tuned. More and more coming. More and more coming.
There it is.
Bang! Look at that.
Trying to plaster those around the city. I gotta save some though. We got a couple CDs to move, so we gotta include some of those in those CDs we got to move. But I'm trying to plaster those around the city.
With those extras, we'll go around and go old school style. Put them on all the posts and.
Yeah.
Big respect.
Yes.
Last thing before we go, Shylow, tell people about the webcam you're using, the Pocket Osmo.
That is the Pocket Osmo 3. Franny purchased that for the video that we did, Rocket Science. It allowed us to do that video, and it is a handy little guy. You can see like you got with the active tracking on it, it moves with you, and she shoots full 4K. It's a beautiful camera, man. I got big up Crook for putting us on to that. We did a video with the Osmo 2 with him that maybe we'll release one day once I have the time to work out some things. But she's a nifty little tool, man. It's great to have a few things in the arsenal. Like I wish we could have brought this with us to SmackDown on Friday, because that whole promo video was filmed with my phone, and the footage on this camera is way better. So highly recommended for anybody who wants to do any kind of guerrilla filmmaking on the sneak tip.
Yeah, if you want to see what it's capable of, go check out the Rocket Science video. We have it on YouTube right now. Beats That Collected Dust, beat by DJ Premier.
Space demo.
Over the space demo beat. It's our Hype Williams. It's our budget Hype Williams video.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you got those special effects are awesome. There's no special effects in that video.
No. We just had very nice staff that were willing to let us film in there with a bunch of kids that were running around and trying to like find our little pocket that didn't have kids running around everywhere. And the quality, like it's an amazing video, man. It's one of our lowest view counts, and we went out and spent like $1,200 on this fucking camera. So
that's the most money spent on any video we've ever done, and it's the lowest view count that we have, and it's the best looking video we got. Yeah, fuck, man, that's on our Hype Williams shit, man.
If you want to see the quality of the camera and you're on the fence about picking up a camera to film with, go check that video out and you'll see what it's capable of. It's pretty amazing. It's literally, it fits in your hand. Amazing.
I'll show it to y'all, but I'll
put the link in the comments for them. Go check it out.
Yeah.
There it is.
Thank you once again, everyone.
Thank you, Ian. Yeah, thank you, man.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
Talent. This is a talent that I like to talk with. So I'm appreciative to be able to do this. So thank you for the music.
We're gonna keep hitting you, man, and hopefully we can do this again soon.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
All right, brother.
All right. Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
All right.